And we live. Welcome back to Kingdom Cast. It's your host, Dynasty Champ Chuck. We back at it with another episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all your social media platforms. It ended up being a not so Black Friday for the faders. But we had to grind and struggle once again, just to make that happen. The Chiefs ended up winning 19-17, divisional game. As expected, it was a close, but just a lot of fans just aren't happy with the way the Chiefs just looked out there. I mean, I'm one of those people that are just disappointed about it. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with the win. But there's other stuff we got to talk about. So before I get into my little spill, Guy Country here on the top right, and then we got the Tell the Truth guys at the bottom with D Mac and DG. CJ should hop in later on whenever he gets situated. But yeah, man, just a few things here. We cannot continue to play like this. Last year, look. I know we had struggles last year down the stretch before we got to the playoffs. Do I expect this team to get it right heading to the playoffs? Yes, absolutely. But at the same token, man, they should have put up more than 19 points today. I'm sorry. You can't just only put up 19 points today. I'm disappointed that we're in situations where we kicked a lot of field goals. And I'm also disappointed that Andy Reid went back to his old ways. That game plan today, I'm not really. It is both Andy Reid and Matt Nagy, but that was more so on Andy Reid today because I've seen that before in Philadelphia, where he would just be super pass happy. Now, granted,
how many runs did Kareem get last week?
he got
14.
did he get like 15?
14, yeah. 14.
15. Now
Okay,
look.
never mind. I was going with the theory of he didn't run him a lot because he ran him last week and
He did not. Yep,
the short read, but he didn't run him last week. So never mind. I was going to use that strategy on you, but never mind.
But here's my thing. I knew Kareem was going to get a less workload today because Pop was back. But for the life of me, after Pop had that big run, that big 30-plus yard run, you hardly ever ran the ball the rest of the game. Like, I do not understand it. Like all the other carries, yes, it was like 2-yard carries. Like Kareem, longest rush today was 4 yards. I get all that. That don't mean you just go away from it. You still kind of got to keep the defense honest. You can't just get that imbalance, have that imbalance of a game plan and expect to win. Now, thank God the Faders are in like tank mode now that they officially eliminated for the playoffs. Thank God they're in that mode to where we was able to get away with it today and got to win. But for the life of me, that imbalanced game plan kept them right in the game. They gave him chance after chance. Brock Bowers, he's an elite player. I don't care if he's a rookie. He's already elite. The dude's a dog. And I saw his game log before the game even started. Like, that dude's been going nuts on the road. Like, that was one of my biggest concerns right there, of slowing him down. But thank God his performance didn't cost us today. Shout out to him. He's going to be a hell of a tight end for years to come. He's going to be a dog. So, Jacoby Myers, he had a solid game too. He made a few big plays. I saw that Najee got pulled from the game. Like, on that play when Jacoby caught the ball deep, I feel like Najee thought he had safety help. So I don't know. It made it seem like I guess this was his fault for not communicating.
I gotta pull that up so we can look at it. I don't know
what happened on that one. So
yeah, I gotta pull it up so we can look at that because I'm interested too.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely pull that up in a sec, D-Mac.
Okay, before we get the clowning on him, do y'all have any positives out of this game today?
He wasn't out there that long.
I'm talking about period. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. Do you have any positives on the game today?
Yes.
I know it's going to be a lot of bashing.
Look,
there's going to be a lot on the other side. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, look, I'm gonna get to the positives in a sec, bro. But we gotta get this negative stuff out the way first, man.
I think it's less positive stuff, so you go ahead and get that out the way, and then focus on the other part.
Well, we'll get to the positive, bro. But for the life of me, bro, you cannot let Aiden O'Connell throw for 340 yards, man. Like, that dude's coming off a thumb injury. You let that dude bust your ass like that today. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing. You can't let that guy go for 340. He looked like preseason Aiden O'Connell out there. And we ain't seen that in a minute. That was very alarming to me today. It was very alarming to me. But at the end of the day, besides that, man, we got the win. So we'll get to the positives later on. I'm going to let everybody else talk. I'm not going to hog the mic. too long. I would say more of my thoughts later on, but let's go around the room.
Yeah.
Hey, we won and we clinched the playoff. It's not, it really ain't much to talk about. I think this schedule was not this schedule didn't do us any favors. I knew it was bad, but that's short, less than a week of rest. I don't like it at all. It's gonna come back to bite us in the ass. Thank God we got this victory today. We needed it because it's gonna be hard to come by these next 3-4 weeks because it's not favorable to us. I thought they would have a little bit more fire coming out today, but nope. And offense staggered a little bit, struggled a little bit. I still see positive things that they're working on. Um, that's like DeAndre Hopkins said, is that close. So I see things they're working on. It's getting better, but I mean it is frustrating. You expect a better performance, and this game was way closer than it should have been. We led by 13 for the majority of the game, and it just felt like it wasn't enough. And we won though. I don't know. I know it's not the best performance, but at least we got the dub. So DG, what you feel like, bro?
Yeah, there's some positives, I guess, and a lot more negatives than positives in my opinion.
That's
But
fair.
I do think today that the pass rush was a lot better. I know a lot of people are gonna say that's probably just indicative because of the matchup or whatever, and going up against the Raiders. But at the end of the day, you can only play who you can play. You line up against who you can line up. So you still have to go out there and execute, do your job. I felt like the pass rush did a lot better job than they did last week, especially with rushing with four. Charles Minihue came back and he provided some extra juice to this pass rush. They were, to my opinion, they were able to collapse that pocket a lot better today with him being in there and him being able to get his push on the edge. George Karlaftis, I think, looked a lot better today, a lot more adamant. There were still some times that I seen where he was getting up the field a little bit, but still think he did a lot better job this week of honing in and keeping his integrity, and then coming up with a big sack on the third down as well too. Chris Jones was back to dominant. Chris Jones today, you got
I
full
told y'all.
$150 million Chris Jones today. He was a monster, and it was virtually on the verge of wrecking this game. I think they honestly the Raiders started throwing a lot more triple and double teams at him as the game went on. But yeah, the two times that he was able to line up on the outside of the edge, he just whooped tackles ass at that point. So um, those are my positive. I think the defense wasn't great, but I think they're the main reason why you won today. Um, they when they needed to get off the field, and they needed to get you the ball back, they did their job. Nick Bolton, in my opinion, this is probably one of his better games of his career. I think had he went down and you lost him, I'm not sure where this defense would have really been because the linebacker play outside of him was not great at all.
What was his thing? Was it the wrist again?
No, he took a shot
Yeah,
to the
him.
face.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
it
he
was
got
that.
hit
I
in the
thought it
neck.
was that, but I never got the confirmation on
Yeah,
it. But
he
yeah,
said
because
he
he
said
was
it after
holding
the
that for a
game.
long time on camera.
Yeah, he said it was pretty bad. He was holding it after the play, so he unfortunately had to come out.
That's crazy.
Was able to still get back in there and still had a very good big impact. Some of those runs, he was the main source of blowing them up. That one I think toss play that he had where he
Yeah, it was like a
literally
toss crack. Yeah.
took both of those rookies to work, like shoved one guy, then basically abused the tackle in the backfield pretty much, and still able to make the tackle. So, yeah, shout out to Nick Bolton, man. He was incredible today as well.
Hmm.
I think Josh Williams came in, and I think this was a better matchup for him to kind of be in. This was kind of the game. Josh Williams, I feel like can play in. The Raiders are I think people sleep on the Raiders' physicality. a little bit.
Yeah, they real physical.
They're a very, very, very physical team.
I can't.
That's how they got us on
We can't
Christmas
do
last
this.
year. In my
We can't
opinion.
do this, man. I can't do this. No, I can't. Mm-mm. No, because the Panthers aren't a good team. The Raiders aren't a good team. I know we're everybody's Super Bowl. I can't lie and say the Raiders are a physical team. No, they're not a physical team. They're not. I'm not attacking you, DG. I'm just saying I we can't keep lying about bad teams. They're bad.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. I didn't
And
mean to cut you
I
off.
mean,
I
two things
agree.
can be true though. Two things
Yeah.
can be true.
They're
They
not a
This
physical
physical
as hell
point
team.
against us.
They got Divine Diablo playing linebacker. They're not a physical team. Spillane is solid. I give him
I
credit, but they're not a physical team. I'm
I
sorry.
That's just
think
one
when
player. You
I
saying out
think
one player.
in this
When you
matchup,
have a safety playing linebacker, you're not a physical team.
I mean, a lot of these guys that are playing linebacker today, they really safeties. When you
The
think about
interior,
it.
the interior of their defensive line isn't anything either. Guess what? We didn't challenge them because we ain't run the ball. I'm sorry, DG. I know we cut you off
no,
there.
what I was getting at is I think in this matchup against the Chiefs, they take an uptick in their physicality because they know I think they know that this Chiefs team isn't that kind of team. You know, so that to my point, what I was saying, I think this game was uh, more fitting for Josh Williams to be in because of the way he kind of plays in this matchup, and I do think that it did help them a little bit against Jacoby Myers, a little bit of bigger receiver. Uh, obviously can run routes or whatever. So we like to play a lot of man to man. I a better job coming in and matching up in this matchup than maybe a Nazi Johnson could have. Who I think a lot better in zone coverage. So that was the only thing I was speaking to. I still think Raiders are still a bad team. It doesn't. I don't care how you want to slice it or whatever. I still got a lot of negatives coming out of this game. The lack of execution by the tackles up until this point. Wanye just looks like he's stuck in cement. They made Kayvon Chason look like he was all pro Khalil Mack today. It was bad. It was not good. And I don't know why Andy and them will not just accept the fact that you're going to have to play differently at points in time, especially against certain teams. Or whatever. Like, this is not a good matchup for Wanye. Like you've seen that in the previous game that you played against them before when he was getting whooped by their other defensive ends, and it wasn't even just Max Crosby. And
And
the
a bad
crazy
knee
thing,
on top of that
DG,
too.
you
DG,
know,
did I say earlier in the week that look, do not be surprised. Just expect Wanye to get his ass whooped by these Raiders defensive ends. It's just a matchup nightmare for him. Just expect it. And look what happened today. He continued to get his ass whooped by the Raiders defensive ends. No matter who was over there, whether it was Crosby, whether it was
yeah,
Chason or somebody else, it didn't matter.
yeah, and that's the thing is that going into this matchup, you would feel like you'd be a lot more prepared for that, especially after learning what you learned last game in this matchup. With Wanye Morris. But even to him, man, Jawan Taylor was terrible today. Just both sides of the tackles just today were not good enough. And I think a lot of it, I'm not really sure at this point. Jawan was playing really well first, half of the season. In these last
Mhm.
couple of weeks, it just hasn't been there.
It's been
I don't
bad.
know if he's
It's been bad.
overcompensating, maybe because of how a little bit of maybe how the interior is playing as at this point too. Because I'm not gonna say they have been great. They haven't been as bad as the tackles, but I don't think they've been all that great as well either. So it's at a point now they got to get it figured out, man. You're getting too late into the season, and getting to the point where this starts to become either an issue, and you can either correct it, in the playoffs, or it becomes one of those issues that rolls with you into the playoffs, and you end up getting bounced by a team that's a lot hungrier than you, at this point. So, not sure how they really fix it, but it's I can't sit here and be really that excited and happy about this win today. It's bad. They should have lost.
They possibly could have. All right, D Mac. It's
Uh,
on you.
let's see. So positives. I think this was a good game for DeAndre Hopkins. Obviously, the drop is unfortunate, and you want him to catch. Yeah, I mean that hurts. Um,
I was in disbelief when that happened. Oh my
Yeah,
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. I was like, he really dropped one.
I
Because
think
Patrick
see that I think
let the
see yeah because Patrick on that play did everything in his power to get away from Max Crosby, and Max Crosby hit him twice on that play, and he threw a perfect spiral to DeAndre Hopkins and dropped it. And so that's just unfortunate, but the timing is there. You see the ability that he brings to the table, so I'm really happy that he's here. He's continued to help out. I thought Xavier Worthy solid. I know that we're going to get into the conversation as far as the 3rd and 2 play call. That should not have ever been the play call, but thought he was solid. Saw a good Travis Kelsey game. I know obviously they had a little miscommunication down the red zone. Travis Kelsey bent it back because he was expecting a scramble drill. Mahomes threw it up the seam. It happens to just get off the same page every once in a while. And we also saw Travis Kelsey lateral, that's hilarious that that exists. So the positives. Mahomes generally played like himself. I mean, he still had 300 yards and a touchdown. Didn't turn the ball over. Which, if you turn the ball over this game, we lose. So massive aspect of making sure you protect the ball from that standpoint, while under fire, obviously. Um, Defensively, saw pass rush life. We saw some one-on-one wins from Charles Minhue. Saw from George Kalafdis a little bit, even though we felt like he was a little undisciplined as far as his rush lanes were concerned. Want to see more Joshua Uche. That'd be nice. What's better than one pass rusher? Two. What's better than two pass rushers? Three. God forbid you put three out there at the same time that could win on one-on-one. So hopefully that happens down the stretch. We'll see. Charles Minhue was also gassed by the end of the game, so it is what it is. That final drive, he ended the shot. I mean, outside of that, I don't really have any mini passes because the defense got ran on today. They gave up, I think it was 110 yards at least in rushing yards. Aiden O'Connell had a career day. 2 deep touchdown pass, or one semi-deep, kind of a moderate to Brock Bowers. Another deep touchdown pass where Justin Reed absolutely got toasted. And I know people would be like, "Why are you covering the corner?" Well, that's what the play call was. He's got to not get toasted down the sideline, and we'll get into that play call as well.
Did he fall or did he trip over his own?
He fell. No, he just fell.
No,
Because he got burnt.
He just got burnt.
You know what? Let's why don't we just pull it up? Let's go ahead and look at it.
Yeah,
just pull this.
So we're gonna run it. We're just gonna run
We
from the
just
top.
gotta let's just keep it a beat. It's great play design. Great play design.
Absolutely, DG. Great play design. Trey Tucker's in the bunch formation. He's going to motion all the way to the left side of the formation. And the way that the Chiefs play this is similar to what killed the Eagles as far as the goal line corn dog play. There it is. On the goal line we ran in the Super Bowl. They bump it where the safety Brian Cook on the right hash is going to bump over to the left hash. Justin Reed is going to come down and play man coverage. Joshua Williams is going to drop back and play that safety role. And so they bump it as Trey Tucker runs across. Josh Williams telling, "Hey, bump up." And then Justin Reed has him one-on-one. And the thing I want to point out here, which is why he just absolutely gets toasted, it doesn't trip over his feet or anything like that. Look at when Aiden O'Connell decides he's going to throw this ball. There is at least 2 yards of separation between the two of those guys where Trey Tucker is still in front of Justin Reed, and Aiden O'Connell's like, "Oh, he ain't got a shot in hell of catching up with this damn ball." And he throws it anyway, and Justin Reed just gets burned. Like, there's no other 2 ways around it. And I understand, hey, this is a wide receiver that's a speedster against your safety. Guess what, guys? Safeties are supposed to be able to backpedal and stay in front of guys. That's a part of the job description. I know that this is supposed to be a strong safety. He's a dime linebacker at this point because he can't play safety. He just cannot, because these are the things that safeties are able to do. It's not, hey, you got to go play free safety in the middle of the field and be Earl Thomas or Ed Reed. No, we're not asking you to do that. We're not even asking you to play split safety. This is one guy running down the sideline. Make sure he doesn't beat you over the top, and he can't do that. He's not a safety at this point in his career. That's just the reality of the situation. And yes, I'm going to be happy when next year it's going to be Jaden Hicks taking over the role for him. I just am. So it's inexcusable that he got beat as badly as he does there. Yeah, Harold, but the problem is it's sorry, my bad. We both clicked at the same time.
No,
the problem is it's the play call. They have the play in that if a guy motions across, you bump where the quick comes over, and then Joshua Williams goes back. So that's just the play call. It is what it is. That's just a reality situation. So So, like I said, run game, we couldn't stop the run, not well enough, nearly well enough as we did previously. Brock Bowers had whatever he wanted against Shamar Connor. He obviously got Trent McDuffie once, which I guess that's just going to happen one time a year. Is what it is. Whatever safeties he wanted, linebackers, etc. Obviously, we saw. Actually, I thought we saw better Drew Tranquil coverage, which was nice to see.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
Cornerback. Yeah, Najee Johnson was an issue today. He got benched for Joshua Williams. I thought Joshua Williams equipped himself well, being asked to. So maybe that's a positive moving forward. We'll see. And on the offensive side of the ball, tackle struggled significantly. Left tackle was poor. Right tackle, John Taylor had a bad day, and obviously the penalty stuff started creeping up once again. And the lack of running the ball was inexcusable in the second half. And that's something that I put solely on Andy Reid. You cannot run the ball 5 times in 6 drives in the second half. Not when this offense is based on being efficient and staying ahead of the sticks while you run the ball. Not when you did 7 weeks of this song and dance with a fullback and giving him real carries on a consistent basis. And the first time that in this entire season, you have 3 actual running back options with Samaje Perine, Kareem Hunt, and Isaiah Pacheco, you decide not to run in the second half. Absolutely inexcusable. That's coaching malpractice by Andy Reid, especially when your tackles are getting killed every single drop back. And guess what? Max Crosby and Kayvon Shayshawn, who is a damn outside linebacker with 250 pounds, has no reason to ever think about playing the run because he knows you aren't going to run the ball. Absolutely inexcusable from that standpoint. And I'm saving some of my Jawan Taylor criticism because either it was a bad day or it was a god-awful day. I have to see how much he gave up to Max Crosby compared to other guys. So that's my general read on the game, and we'll get into the situational stuff. But it's frustrating. We'll talk about moving forward, but that's all I got for right now.
I understand why y'all stuff y'all say.
What'd you say, DG?
Well, that was a hell of a show, man. Thanks, y'all.
Like, I get you being frustrated.
No, man.
But like,
y'all gotta relax.
Do y'all know? Actually, you know what, Genesis? Thank you, Genesis. Who would be the right tackle if you traded Jawan Taylor right now? Never mind the trade deadline, but I want you to answer that question. Who's the right tackle?
Forget about the trade deadline.
Who is the right tackle?
Who's the right tackle?
Who would it be? Driscoll?
Cut him. Who's the right tackle?
I like how y'all just think tackles just grow on trees and they just fall out of the sky, and you can just pick this one up and put him in there, like.
While we wait for Genesis' answer, Quinn asked who feel worse about.
Of course, that's the answer. Of course, you say anybody but Taylor. Of course, that's your answer.
Anybody? I don't know anybody's name, but if you could please tell me what anybody's first or last name is. I don't know if it's Prince or artist formerly known as. I need a full name of a person that you put at right tackle. Thankfully,
right. Put a name.
Lucas Niang. Oh, never mind.
I think who the Chiefs cut a week ago.
I think the
Trey Smith.
Yeah, I mean Trey Smith's trouble.
Trey
Smith, you saw what happened when Trey Smith had to guard Max Crosby. He got a holding call immediately. It's the same thing that happened when they had to guard Aiden Hutchinson. You think Trey Smith is playing right there? Yeah, good luck. No, I feel.
I know Wanye's been playing bad. Can we not discount the fact that he's clearly
playing on one leg? He's playing on one leg.
We're clearly aware of that. Yes.
It's not.
I'll just. I mean,
the reason why he's playing bad is because he's playing on one leg, and that's why Shayshawn just did the same move every single time because he knew he couldn't beat him to the outside. He's playing on one leg, and I'll talk about that in a second because I almost went on a rant. Go ahead, Chuck.
But the bottom line is this: even when he's healthy, or even when he's injured, even when he's healthy, this is a matchup nightmare for him against the Faders. So he started like 3 games against them now, I want to say. And
it's not a pass.
It's been the same thing. It's
not a pass. It's just a reason.
It's not a pass if it's true, bro. What are y'all talking about?
No, it's okay, Lonnie. It hasn't been. They haven't put him on the injury report for that reason. When he went out in the Broncos game, he destroyed it. Not destroyed his knee. That's excessive. He hurt his knee significantly, and that's why he hasn't played well since then. That's just the reality.
Yeah,
situation.
And
KT, you can say it's not a pass, but guess what? When Mahomes was hobbling around there on one ankle, that's why Mahomes didn't run a lot. When you hurt, it is what it is.
I wish y'all would stop saying that we're trying to give him a pass. It's not what we're saying. It's the reality of the fucking situation, bro. He literally went out of the game against the Broncos and was almost deemed to be out of that game.
Should have been done for the day.
Until it got so bad with Kingsley that Andy just had to basically look back at him and say, "Look, bro, you're gonna have to play through injury at this point."
Please.
And he's been playing
He's like,
through
can you give
injury
us something?
these last couple weeks. So no, I'm not. No, am I saying I'm giving him a pass? No, he should be better. But at the same time, like there are two things can be true, bro. In that situation, you can literally be playing off one fucking leg and not be able to do your job properly.
Okay, so thank you for putting this on the screen. No, Joe Tooney is not a fucking left tackle. I don't know. We
And
tried
we
to tell
seen
you
that
this,
today.
guys, for months. He is Joe Tooney is great at his position at left guard, but you saw immediately what happened. They put Caleb Von Chasson on him, and Caleb Von Chasson ran right through his chest because he doesn't have the length to deal with edge rushers. The next play, they put Max Crosby on him, and guess what Max Crosby did? Ran straight through his chest because he doesn't have the ability to play left tackle. And I like Joe Tooney a lot. Like, he's been incredibly good since we signed him from the Patriots, but he's not a left tackle. He can't play there. Guess what the reality situation is? They're going to do anything in their power to make sure that DJ Humphries is ready for Sunday Night Football. That is the only thing they can't do, because one left tackle has one leg. The other left tackle that they drafted, they destroyed his confidence in week 2 when they should have gave him fucking help, and they decided to leave him out there, and it's inexcusable, and that was coaching malpractice, and it bit him in the butt today because they did not have the ability to go to him because of what they did in week 2. So now they're down one tackle because of confidence, they're down another tackle because of injury, and they brought DJ Humphries, and hopefully he saves their butt.
I agree with you 1,000% on Joe Tooney not being a left tackle. Like, that's obvious right there. Like, when I brought it up during the game, I said, look, it's not like they ain't brought it up before in a one game situation. But did I say would it go well? I don't know. And in this instance, like D-Mac just brought up, there were situations where it didn't go well for Joe Tooney today, even at his natural spot. So I think either way it go, we were just screwed today.
The gap of him at left tackle versus the gap at him leaving left guard is wider at guard. We get way worse at guard if he goes to left tackle.
This is the thing I tried to emphasize so many times. I said you're going to make 2 spots worse if you move him over to left tackle. That's why it's not an option.
I've been saying it ever since people suggested it. He had one good game at left tackle. That was like 2 years ago. Let it go. Jesus Christ.
They drafted a 20-year-old left tackle in the second round, and they knew he was raw. What they shouldn't have done is played him. They shouldn't have done that. They should have started with Winey to start the year and then continue to develop him and his confidence throughout the year. And if they need to go to him, then they would have had a chance to give him the proper help as well when they brought him into the game.
Now they got to rebuild him from the ground floor.
There's still a runway for him to be a good left tackle, because again, people forget Eric Fisher was a bad left tackle for the first 4 years of his career, and John Dorsey was killed when he gave him the damn extension in Kansas City. And then he turned into an average and then eventually solid left tackle later on in his career.
Yeah, and look, I was clearly wrong from that standpoint. He was more raw than I originally thought. I thought he would be ready to go, and that wasn't the case with Kingsley. So now that we know that, Kingsley's going to take the time to develop and grow, get a full offseason, get all the pointers and get all the information that he can just to become a better player. So we know from that standpoint.
Wanye is a serviceable. He's a serviceable left tackle, bro. He's not bad
when he's healthy.
He ain't been healthy in 3 weeks.
I know.
Yeah,
we're well aware of that.
I agree with you, like Chuck. I was like, are you sure you really want to start him out the gate? But the fact that they had that much confidence in him, I was like, okay, well, I trust you guys, because this generally has been a position that they handle very well. But hey, they were wrong on that one, and it cost them his confidence in his rookie year. That's just the reality of the situation. So for them to not help him in that game versus Trey Hendrickson was destructive. But I still think that there's plenty of room for him to still grow into a good left tackle. I truly do believe that.
At the end of the day, we know the situation with the tackles. We know it hasn't been really a good situation for the most part this season. We just gotta hope that DJ Humphries comes in there and does just enough to fix that major problem on the left side. Now, with DJ Humphries, if he's healthy and right, I think an issue for him, if we run into, like, let's say a team has speed air rushers coming off the end. I mean, that could be an issue, because it was kind of an issue with with Wanye and Kingsley. But I think, at the end of the day, I expect DJ to be better than those two guys from that standpoint, to where it won't be.
But I'm sorry, Chuck, but I'm sorry. Breaking news: DJ Humphries ain't gonna be perfect neither.
Oh, of course. I don't expect
No,
it
I'm
to.
talking to fans. He's not gonna be perfect either. So don't
It's like
expect him
Mr.
to come in and
Straightforward.
be Willie Roaf off the gate. Because as soon as he give up a sack, it's like, oh, well, he bad too. Oh my God, everybody's bad. No, bro, things happen, bro. Wanye Moore's
We
been
met
walking on one leg for 3
We
weeks.
we talked about that.
Yeah, we
I'm
mentioned
just
this 3
saying,
times
because
already, Terrence. No, you're good. You're
all I
good,
keep
Patrick.
hearing is he's bad. He's bad. No, it's things happen, bro. This is a game. We playing against another team. You playing against physicality. You're playing against the weather. You're playing against time and health. Like all of these things matter, bro. You can't just discount that and just say, "Oh, well, he sucks."
I'm
It's
fairly
much
certain.
more. It's not that simple, bro.
I'm fairly certain that Patrick Mahomes would rather have a healthy Wanye Morris at left tackle than Joe Tooney. Guess what? It ain't helped him that he had Joe Tooney because both Joe Tooney was in his lap when Joe Tooney was out there, so it didn't matter either. The reality situation is Wanye Morris isn't healthy. They destroyed the confidence of the left tackle. You got to hope DJ gets up to speed for Sunday Night Football and stays healthy thereafter.
But with that being said, we knowing our tackle situation, like this coaching staff knows the tackle situation ain't been great, especially in the last 3 weeks. That's when running the ball becomes even more essential. And I was kind of expecting that today when Pop came back. Now, look, I expected Pop to be limited, but at the same token, this is why I can respect the Detroit Lions because no matter what, they gonna give their running backs the football week in and week out. I think there might have been maybe one game this season where they went away from it. But other than that, they put an emphasis on giving Gibbs and Montgomery the football every week. And it's been effective. It opens up their offense
I,
to where
I
they damn near unstoppable.
I think a lot of that has to do with who they have at quarterback. Um, I know that Jared Goff's not terrible or anything. And I know still people consider him still a good quarterback. He's better when that running game is going like that or whatever. That's kind of the style that they have to play.
But
It's a
but
little
ain't that the case with all quarterbacks though? Even though Patrick is great,
no,
doesn't that
yeah,
come into
I
play?
mean, yeah, it can be, but at the same time, I think the Chiefs also realize that you do have the best quarterback in the league playing in your system, and I do think sometimes you get a little too reliant on that, knowing that there are points in times where 15 is just that special. Just like you seen the play today with Crosby on the D Hop drop, Crosby literally had him dead to rights or whatever, but no other quarterbacks besides maybe Lamar and Josh Allen get out of that besides Patrick Mahomes, and make a play after that as well. So I think the Lions, in a sense, they have to play that way in order for Jared Goff to be successful. The Chiefs have proven to you that they can play in a multiple style of ways, but the way that they need to play this year, as far as running the ball, is indicative because of how bad their tackle play has been.
Yeah, and
But
that's
they
my
also
point.
need to
That's my
run the
point.
ball last year because they didn't have the wide receiver. So it's the same thing
Yes.
as last year. And that's why today particularly was so frustrating because I've had criticism of Spags in previous weeks in the ways that I thought that he mishandled some of the play calls on defense. But these were inexplicable and avoidable mistakes, and they still did them. The 3rd and 2 play call, inexplicable. There's no reason. There's no reason. And you can see, and I don't know, maybe they had a run play call on and they decided, you run the ball. Run
You
the
think
ball on
Pat
third and
changed the
two.
play?
I don't know. I didn't.
I'm
Well,
not
we'll see
sure
it
if
from the
he.
top. So he
I
tells
don't
him
Yeah,
to
think
get
this is
set.
he.
32 right here.
I think
He
this is
puts
the
him in
play call
motion.
from the jump.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
play
this is the
before
play
that.
call from the jump because he
Yeah,
didn't
it
get the
was.
thing.
Yeah.
So run the ball front side, get the double team, power, give it to Kareem Hunt. He gets you at least 1 yard, and then run the ball on 4th down. And I understand people are going to be like, well, if he goes for it and doesn't get it, you're going to be no. I'm not killing him because of guess what? If he doesn't do that, then it's 2 minutes and it's a short field. At least you have a chance of getting the ball back. And I know they end up winning on some lucky stuff, but I'm not going to take that into account because they should have lost this game. You need to be aggressive in these moments. Run the ball here. And then on 4th and short, then you can play or call whatever play call you feel like you need to from that standpoint. Throwing this ball deep to Xavier Worthy as a primary option on this play is inexplicable and inexcusable. It is asinine, asa 10, asa 11. It was disgusting to watch, to be honest with you. I
Was he
cannot
also
believe
the
this
only
play call.
option on this route?
He's the
Yeah,
only guy out.
he's
He's the only one
running
running around.
downfield.
He's the only one running around.
Yeah, that's
You can count the eligible guys. Joe Tooney's out. Which, God bless America. Joe Tooney's on the outside. Okay, he's at left tackle. So Kingsley Suamati is eligible here at the tight end right here. Okay, they sent Travis. He's blocking. No Grace blocking. Kingsley's blocking. Kareem Hunt is gonna fake the handoff and then just kind of stand around here and chip. It's only Xavier Worthy. That's the only way this play works. There are so many really good
That's a
offensive
bad play
systems that give you
It was
multiple options on a
atrocious.
given play. This is inexcusable for an offense to be this good and call a play on 3rd and 2 to win the game. You call a deep shot down the field when you haven't thrown one the entirety of the game to Xavier Worthy. It is mind-boggling how bad offense that is.
Then okay. Let's take out the fact that it's still a horrible play call. You didn't even execute it well enough if you roll it back, D-Mac. So I don't
Could
know.
X have caught that ball?
I don't, maybe look. I don't know if you guys can see to your right side is your strong side. You get pressure from the strong side of this play,
Travis
like
Kelce
right
getting
off.
whipped.
Yeah, like right off the bat. Look at the Strongs like this. You rotate. They move Kelsey in motion, right, to shore up this right side so that you can be able to have time to hit this route, right?
And Travis missed his.
And you still get
irritated.
pressure.
I'm irritated.
And I can tell you exactly why Travis missed it. It's because they have not run this play nearly enough times for Travis to understand what he's looking at. Guess what? Look. You see this guy that's not the guy that's circled in the gray circle over to the right, the guy that's next to him to the left, the guy he's gonna fake. And Travis Kelce gets caught looking inside of him because he thinks he needs to help off that blitz, even though Kingsley and Noah are right there next to him. And so that's what he takes that one false step and that's it. And it's an inexcusable play call, man. It's just inexcusable. And look, go ahead, did you?
It's people in the chat. It's a bad throw. You make that throw with pretty much a safety barreling down in your face right now.
It wasn't the
right. No, Mahomes does not take a hit.
No, it's not the throw. You know what the blame is? Coaching. This is a bad play call at the end of the game to try to win the game. It's terrible. I'm sorry. Andy and them have to hold that. It's a horrible play call. The execution is terrible. You put the players in a bad spot because it's like D-Mac probably said and iterated to. You probably don't run this play very often, and you give Mahomes literally one option to throw to. That's it. You need 2 yards. We've seen all season Kareem Hunt has been able to have the ability to fall for 2 yards. And even if let's say you don't get it, let's say you don't pick it up. Now, if you run it, you at least have to make the Raiders use a timeout, or something at that to that point,
or go to 2-1. Yeah,
you gave them a free timeout.
Yeah,
you gave them time on the clock.
Only way you call this play if you plan on going for it on 4th and 2.
No, actually you don't, because that would be even worse, because then you don't even get the advantage of running the ball well. But DG, I'll make it even worse from this standpoint. Not only do you give them the free timeout by making this incomplete pass, then you waste a timeout on top of it, just so that you can punt the ball further and make it so that they can drive down the field and waste more clock and not give you a chance to ever get the ball back to answer if they do get a field goal on top of it.
What was that about? That was
quite literally the worst possible play call that you can do, to call a 45-yard pass in the air because your tight end is looking in the wrong place and takes a false step, and the linebacker hits your quarterback in his hand as he's releasing the ball, and you're saying, man, that one's on Mahomes. He should throw the ball on a dime 45 yards downfield when he's getting a high five when he's releasing the ball. No, you should run the ball when you need 2 yards. That's the end of the story as far as I'm concerned.
If Travis makes this block, does this play happen?
Maybe, but it doesn't. I'm
not justifying the play call because I think it's a bad play call.
All right. It's my turn to get the comment on this.
Go ahead,
because this irritates the hell out of me, bro. You get Isaiah Pacheco back in the lineup just to run this play in situational football on 3rd and 2. You run this play. You got 7 or 8 guys blocking, and yet you run this play, bro. Like, it's annoying, dog. You got 2 running backs that can get you short yardage to close out the ball game, and you want to do that? You do that? That's what you do? Yeah. Like, what are we doing? We've been using our running backs all season long on short yardage downs just to go back and revert to do this goofy stuff. When you have a healthy backfield this time, like, it's irritating.
Yeah, they
you can't call Andy Reid the worst coach in the league, and that guy in Chicago still exists, even though he got fired.
He just got fired. But he's not the worst coach. But this specifically was the worst version of Andy Reid. The complete lack of running the ball, it's terrible situation game management. It from top to bottom, that was the most damning thing. And that is why this specifically annoyed me, because every single week, this team is never going to give you its A game plan, but it's supposed to be able to control the game better than everybody from a coaching standpoint. And Andy Reid did not do that today. And that was the most frustrating thing about anything. The defense, the offensive line, the tackle situation, Andy Reid was the most frustrating thing today because he's a Hall of Famer and he did not coach like a Hall of Famer today.
And I'm sorry, Eddie and Chief KT, I do not give a damn about what Executor did. That's a high-risk play. What the hell are you doing calling a high-risk play when you're trying to close out the game, when you only need 2 yards? That's the point. That's the point. What the hell are y'all talking about?
I don't think he's leaving for the
look. At the end of the day, you just gotta. Sometimes you gotta call a spade, bro. This is a bad play call in a situational moment.
Yeah,
you don't run this play, and look, I'm all for I'm all for them giving the ball to 15 when the game is on the line. I want the ball in his hands, right? But I also would like
multiple options.
I would also like for you to
options of doing this crap.
I would love for you to put him in a better situation. There was last week when on the game winning drive against the Panthers, right? I think it was either 3rd and 6 or 3rd and something or whatever, and they ran that little the switch route between DeAndre Hopkins and Juju Smith-Schuster, and got DeAndre the ball in his hands pretty quickly. Pat got the ball in his hands pretty quickly. They were able to move the chains, right? If that's the options that Pat has, I'm fine with you throwing it if that's going to be the case. Now, of course, it has to be executed right, because if it's not, then it's pass interference or something like that, and you're behind the sticks even more or whatever. But this you needed 2 measly ass yards. Like, and I swear, this year we have seen Kareem Hunt fall for 2-3 yards. Like, he has that ability. Even if, and I keep reiterating, even if you don't get it right, you force the Raiders to have to either burn a timeout or let the clock continue to run. At that point, the clock is their enemy. You gave them an opportunity after this for a free timeout. Now you have to punt it, and now on the back end, they got all the time in the world. A minute 56 in this league for any offense is an eternity. And you seen right as they did, they march right down the field. You get an explosive play to Brock Bowers. They're in field goal range. And unfortunately enough for the Raiders, they're fucking stupid and don't know how to play football at the end of games and blew it. And you win, fortunately enough.
Mm-hmm. And they was dog tired. Our defense was dog tired on that final drive.
Yes.
Even when you try to call a blitz, they was running like
exactly
gas, bro. Couldn't even get there, dog.
And the Raiders they were giving you the game. They look. I don't know what Antonio Pierce was thinking. You're down 2 with 2:21 left to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you try a field goal from 50 some odd yards where Daniel Carlson was not good today.
That was crazy.
You were not getting good Daniel, especially from 50 yards out. Look, anything 50 and out, I'm punting, right? 221. Punt the ball. You punt the ball. You back them. You make the Chiefs offense prove to you that they can go down and win the game and run the clock out because they hadn't proved it all game.
Yeah, you wasted a
So the
timeout to
Raiders,
do that.
the Raiders are literally giving you the game, and then you give it essentially right back to them. You're luckily enough this week that they were too stupid to capitalize on it and made a mistake at the end, and it cost them the game. So
CJ,
Game
good God.
baby. What's the word, baby?
What's up, bro?
Hey, DG,
Just
my bad.
expressing our
My bad.
frustrations.
no, you
I
good.
ain't mean to. Nah, he had a sermon. I interrupted.
Nah,
I'm
it's
late
just
to church. My bad.
we just I just want people to call a spade on both sides of the ball today. And I look, I think AP has been able to come into that organization last year, change some things around as far as the culture or whatever. But today, bro, on both sides, I'm sorry, it was bad coaching between both teams. This is what it is.
It is what it is.
Unfortunately, for the Raiders
Ours didn't
side,
bite us.
it
bit
shot
you in
them
the
in the
eye.
foot more.
Not us though.
So credit to the Chiefs. They got. I'll say it today. They got lucky, bro. They really got lucky for this to win this
What
game.
was the center thinking of?
I don't know.
Why-
I have.
I
He's
mean,
trying
he
to get
was
the ball off. But it's really,
I
you know, it's on Ain't No Comic. You should look and see like, hey, everybody's not set. Wait, don't snap the ball. Like, but at the end of the day, he's trying to go fast. They were not in time with everything, and it's just a operational mistake. So we know how that.
Now I got a question for everybody here, because I've yet to watch the replay of that play when we recovered the fumble in the game. Was the play blown dead? Was it actually blown
Let's go through this. Let's go through this because I was about to pull it up because they didn't blow it dead.
Did come in.
It was live.
It was one ref that came in and was signaling false start.
Yeah,
and the other one was saying illegal formation.
And
illegal
and then
shift.
the other one was saying.
So,
I think they were just confused on what it actually.
I'm glad
was.
they chose that one though.
Yeah, it's an illegal. I mean, it's a legal shift because everybody wasn't set. So you know.
Yeah, two people.
But then again, like it's a play on kind of play. All the Raiders had to do was recover the fucking ball.
Yeah, you had two people moving at the same time. So
simple as that.
They didn't do it.
Two people moving at the same time. It is what it is.
You got it. Are you pulling it up now, D-Man?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. CJ, do you want to give your thoughts that you just pulled up? No, everybody said the same thing in the space, and now it is what it is, bro. They don't need to repeat ourselves. I ain't saying nothing new that y'all already ain't been said, bro. Until they figure it out, I'm not about to keep beating my head against the wall. I'm not driving myself crazy. When y'all want to do it, then I'll do it. But until then, just keep watching and enjoying the show. We can continue.
But this show ain't been all that enjoyable the last 2 weeks, man.
Hey, 11-1. We don't hate it that much. We all keep showing up.
I was
So CJ, can I ask you this? Because I give you a lot of credit. You have been able to keep it cool in a way which I haven't even been able to. Dude, what is the biggest concern for you right now? You take a position group, coaching wise, one individual player, spot on the field, whatever you want to go to. What is your biggest concern about the Chiefs right now? I'll probably say the O-line play, obviously, because at the end of the day, you got to protect Pat. Defensively, Josh Williams did some things that was a little different from a standpoint that, like, obviously, they're different body types when you look at like him and Najee when you're lining up against them. So there's certain things. And we said that coming into the season. I always said the DB group was going to be a matchup group. When you're playing bigger and more physical receivers, I want Josh out there. Faster, speedier guys, they may be a Najee Johnson type of game or Chamari in the slot. So that standpoint, that's more like a matchup game, depending who we see, which I think those things will get adjusted. But the biggest issue for me is definitely the O-line. Like, we have to protect Pat at all costs. That was the whole reason we signed Jawan Taylor. That was the whole reason we drafted Kingsley to develop him into a starter. And obviously, we know that wasn't a one-year project. That's a future type of decision. But at the end of the day, if DJ is the guy, then he has to do the job. And obviously, granted, with his pressure, he said he was excited and he's motivated to be here. But at the end of the day, you got to go out there and do it. So words can only move you so much. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing on this team right now is protecting number 15. If he's on the field, we can win any football game. But if he's not, and knock on wood, if anything bad happens, then we're not winning anything. It's just we've seen what that story looks like in 2022, the year we beat Philly for the Super Bowl. So we have to protect him at all costs. If that's running the football more and Pat gets mad, so be it. Tell him to suck it up. Hey, bro, I know you want to throw the rock 40 times, but let that go, gang. We ain't doing that no more. If it's me and I'm calling the plays, and I know Nagy is still Andy's playbook at the end of the day, he get the say so at the end of the play or end of the play call when you're in the headset,
I'm running the ball like at least 20 times a game at minimum. And Pat, you may only get 30 passes, gang. It is what it is. You're gonna be mad, but it's gonna keep you healthy. We just don't have the team to want to throw the ball 40 times. We did at the beginning of the year when we had the weapons and the requisite tackle play, somewhat to be expected. And now this tackle play's not there, and now we don't have all the pieces that we would like to have. We still have good enough pieces to move the ball, don't get me wrong, but to where we would like to be from a standard. So you got to run the football, protect number 15. Same thing we were saying last year. When you run the football, the offense is much better. It's much more efficient. We saw it for a month span. We said this in the space. Kareem was getting 20-plus carries for literally a month, and we thought Kareem was going to die because he was getting the ball so much. I know Pat doesn't like that. He's like, man, I want to throw the ball. I get you. Do you want to throw the ball or you want to get hit? Which one you want to do? Because you want to sit up here yelling at Wanye talking about they doing the same move. Well, if we were running the ball, you wouldn't be yelling at Wanye. Now, would you?
Exactly.
I get it.
Out soon.
You can't have it both ways, gang. I know you want, bro. I play with QBs like Pat. I know you want to throw the ball and you think you can make every throw. I know you can, but we can't protect you, bro. This is not an isolated sport. This is a team sport. If they can't block you, I'm not calling it. It's just simple. It is what it is.
Hey, CJ, hold on right quick.
But hold on, real quick, country.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Harold.
Obviously.
What up, Harold?
I'm sorry, CJ. Continue.
No, you good.
But I'm just looking at this play sequence here after Isaiah Pacheco had that 34-yard run.
The 30-yard run, yeah.
Quarter. Like right after that, they gave him the ball again for 1 yard. After that, these dudes called 11 straight passing plays. 11 straight before they ran the ball.
That's crazy. That's
now practice.
That's crazy.
Insane.
11 straight. Wow, that's like 2 or 3 possessions of no run.
Practice.
Coaching practice. And I know Pat played that Tech, bro. And I know he loved to sling the rock. And I believe in you, 15. You can make every throw, bro. But I'm not about to keep letting you get hit, bro. I'm just not doing it, bro. I'm running jet sweeps. I'm running outside zone.
Pat cutting off his nose to spider space?
You said what?
Is Pat cutting off his nose to spider space?
Kind of.
I don't know, man.
I mean, because you know when they ask him what he likes,
what do you mean? Are you saying like the?
I'm saying that I'm saying Pat get what 3? Pat get what at least 2-3 plays a call, right? He chooses.
You
throw the ball.
He don't get some plays.
Yeah,
you
mean like the audible. Like you have.
I mean, he has options, right?
Yeah, on every play.
Yeah, he got.
So I'm saying is Pat choosing just to throw the ball? Is he overriding?
Yes. But here's the thing: we've seen it
because that 32 looked like a Pat call. That didn't look like a. That was
but he didn't change that play. We've seen it for the last 7 weeks. They have the ability to run the ball consistently when they call the play. Andy Reid sends the play in. It don't have to have a pass option. Today, you just decided to for the entirety of the second half of the game, and it was idiotic.
They was trying to get that Kelsey record so bad, bro, and I wanted it too from a selfish betting perspective. I wanted him to get it, but after that third drive when Kelsey was wide open and we didn't have time, after that I'm dead in it, bro. Every time we get into the red zone after this point, I am running the football. I do not care about getting this record. I know we want to see Trav get it, and they wanted to get it for him, which I appreciate. But at this point, bro, the next 2 times we had the football, we got sacked twice on both of those drives. You can't do that. You know you can't block right now. You yelling at Wanye, talking about he's doing the same move. Why are you allowing them to pass block so much, Pat? Why aren't you running football? That's on you, gang. Like, you know he getting blocked, bro. I'm doing quick game and run game. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing no 5-step, not doing no 7-step, no none of that. I'm running the football, and it's going to piss you off, but it's going to keep you healthy, bro. You can't yell at them and then be mad when you didn't call a run play. You could easily go to Baggy and say, hey, run the ball. You could easily go to him and say that. Nobody's
same thing that makes him stopping you. What frustrates you about him, though? This is same. You got to be realistic, bro.
You feel me? Like, it's not a one-man sport, bro. You playing with him. You know he not doing his job. Don't make him keep out there and keep doing it. And then you like, why ain't he blocking? You the one that could have let him run the ball.
So
that's on you.
Can I throw something in?
And I was just about to say that. CJ, because like at the end of the day, bro.
If I'm getting hit, I know I'm going to run the ball.
We wanted to see Kelsey break the record too, but after you mentioned when they had a little miscommunication in the red zone, I was like, look,
it's over.
And when the Raiders had got back in the game, I was just like, look, we need to cut it out. We need to cut it off. Bro. We need to find a way to win the football game now.
I actually thought they would start running the ball after that, but
that's what I thought too. I was like, just run the ball, bro. It is what it is. We tried, we missed it, we didn't have enough time. It is what it is. Chalk it up. We'll get it next week.
Do you think because go ahead and play the play? Let's do the play.
No, you want to do the play first?
Let's do the play. Let's do the play.
I was gonna speak to the play as well too.
This is a deep shot.
Per NFL executive Michael Sinora, had the clock been running at the snap, then by rule, a legal shift would convert to a false start. Since the clock was stopped, a spike on the second down play and a legal shift is a live ball foul. So,
Yeah. Because the clock.
I had no clue that was a thing, but wow.
So the clock, so if the clock had been stopped, it would have been dead. Ooh.
Yeah.
No, the clock. No. If the clock was moving, then it would have been a false
That's what I'm
start.
saying.
Yeah.
The clock. That's what I'm saying. If the clock was moving, that's what saved us. Yeah.
Which would have essentially stopped it, and
Exactly.
then and then moved the Raiders back 5 yards.
Exactly.
So the reason why it's
they were talking about it.
The reason why it's a legal shift and not any type of false start is because none of these guys get set. You can see the wide receiver out wide is going to be moving. The wide receiver in the slot is going to be moving. The tight end is trying to look at the referee. So none of these guys are set. You're going to see Myers.
Yeah, he's snapping the ball. 3 dudes are moving. Yeah.
Myers is moving. Bowers is still moving. Trey Tucker's moving. Mayer is moving still.
How are you that unaware, bro? How are you that unaware?
But that's why when I originally saw the play, I was looking at the center, or mainly looking at O'Connell. Like, he sees nobody's set. You should have said, hey, relax. Like, stop. We can't run this play right now.
Then again, I keep going back to it. The Raiders, if they recover the ball, they still have the ball in their possession. But they decided to give up on the play, and credit to the Chiefs defense for being aware of this situation and making the play at the end of the game.
Was it a bad
alert?
What did he do? I don't know why. But the right guard here is the reason why that ball is snapped, because the center is just ready and he's going to snap it the second he gets the tap.
He's tapping him.
Right guard, he tapped him.
That's what I'm saying. And O'Connell, he's trying to tell him to stop. He's not even ready for the ball. Yep.
Yeah.
The running back is so unaware. The running back is
was it Nick that picked? And yeah, credit to Nick, man.
And that's crowd noise. You're in the red zone. You can't hear anything. So because I'm sure O'Connell would have said, hey, kill it, like relax, stop. We have to get set.
You can tell by O'Connell's reaction that he knew, like
he was trying to tell him to stop, but they probably, like I said, crowd noise. You're in the end zone. You probably can't hear. He probably was yelling at him, but they probably can't. So.
Yeah,
but shout out to Nick.
I'm assuming they wanted to at least probably throw to the sideline and get that first down.
Get a little closer. Yeah.
Get a little closer for Carlson with how bad he had struggled. But
man,
O'Connell, he wasn't even yelling.
Yeah, O'Connell wasn't even looking.
He wasn't.
It's just a wonder, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest though.
And it's probably on the right guard because I don't know what he decided to do.
What? Say that again, Country.
I said, I'm gonna be honest. Did y'all have any faith in Carlson making the field goal?
At that point, and then I was thinking with them getting a false start, they were at about the 30. Where were they at on the
inside
field?
the 30? Yeah, they were inside.
Yeah.
So you're looking at almost another 51 yard, 52-yard field goal.
At that point, bro, anything.
Yeah, so 32. They would have been backed 32. Up to 37. You're talking about 50 yards basically of what it would be.
Yeah, that last one he kicked was horrible.
That was no block. He rolled his
tonight.
He planted.
That wasn't 50 and in. I wouldn't have felt confident in him at all.
And either kicker, to be honest with you.
Yeah, then really either kicker.
And AP didn't have no choice. He would have had to kick regardless. He can't go for it, and then they would have been game. So.
Right.
I'm not sure if something that had to do with how cold it was out there tonight or whatever. I just think Dale Carlson just doesn't have that type of range.
Tonight, yeah. It wasn't that cold tonight, bro. He's kicked in way colder. He's been here when
I don't think he has that type of range.
Yeah,
and he chunked that really long one where he hit the dirt.
It was just short.
That was like that was the last kick. That was the last.
Yeah,
he rolled.
He tried to line drive it too.
That last one looked like a lame duck. He was thinking too much. He probably wasn't gonna hit the game winner anyway.
The first one he kicked it online. It was accurate, but just short. That last one he kicked, I'm sure it was trying to online, but he just didn't get anything on it at all because he rolled his ankles. So he couldn't plant. So it was just a bad operational day for him.
Aiden knew. He knew.
I give that to the fans, real, bro. Like, because Aiden's trying to communicate, but he can't.
Play, dog. And I'm not sure what
and look at the center. He mad. He over here like, bro, he can't hear.
He should be mad though. I didn't know the guard tapped him though.
But that's the operation.
He was doing his job.
But that's when you're on the road and you can't hear. The operation is you tap, center goes, or they go off the clap, one or the other. But if you're going off the tap,
who's the guard? Who's the guard that tapped him? What is it? 66?
Yeah.
66 needs to be getting some of that blame.
He should.
Hey, I tell you to tap me.
And the center going like, you tap me, I'm ready.
Because ain't it usually when you go silent count, it's the guard that looks back. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
Yeah.
guard looks
advantage.
back, he gives you the tap because the center
Exactly.
can't look back realistically and hold his position. So
So
the guard has to
technically,
look
Right.
back.
exactly.
So
The
66.
guard should look. He should be like, "Are you guys ready?
Yeah,
Y'all
that
ready?"
film room gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
That
the
film
guard the
gonna
Yeah.
guard messed up the entire operation.
It's
And
that
Dylan
film
Parham. It's on
And
him.
even
yeah,
like
they,
at that, give it some grace. I'm not expecting a 300-pounder to be like, "Hey, y'all sit over there. Y'all sit." Like that's like you gotta have some type of urgency when you get out the huddle, get to the line. And if you are doing pre-snap motions and set, maybe this play you should go off, maybe the clap, maybe not go off the tap, because you're trying to do like pre-snap motions or whatever the case may be. So
I just gotta
Well,
say,
there wasn't any motion here. It just seemed like in Dylan Parham is
people
a
just trying
guy
to get
that's
set.
he's been in the league longer, and Jackson Powers Johnson is a rookie from this standpoint. He at that point, Dylan Parham, it has to be more aware of understanding is everybody set to do that because that's his job. He is there to make sure that the silent count can get communicated to the center and the play can operate off of it.
this is a really, and I know people we talking about a lot of negatives, but you gotta credit Nick Bolton on this because this
his awareness is
this is
crazy.
a very heads up play, and
Get the
essentially
ball.
a lot of people don't realize like this is the reason why the Chiefs do win championships because of how aware they are
Get
at
it.
certain moments.
Always
For
be
Nick
ready.
to be ready
and a
for
lot of
that,
y'all
yeah.
and a lot of y'all still talk crap on Nick Bolton. Y'all still talk crap on this.
It's
dude
just because he
for
has a
what?
weakness, which I get. He has a weakness. He's not that good in coverage, but you can't let the one weakness oversee everything else he does on the football field. Like
He was
DG
good
just said,
tonight.
things that
I
won't count in the
mean,
stat sheet, bro. He's
I
one of the
mean,
smartest players in the game, bro. He's
O'Connell was chilling. It,
Well, I mean,
it smacked him in
everybody,
the shoulder. Like
hey, Mayor trying to
he
put an
had
emphasis
no
on
everybody,
thank you.
idea.
all the weapons were still moving too. So it is
Yeah,
what it
nobody was
is.
set, bro. Everybody was moving. It was just a bad play. And in my opinion, bro,
Oh
when we play
man.
ball, whenever we get to like end of game scenario, especially in the red zone, we always had, hey, receivers, you go out first and get lined up, and then you know how the linemen come out and do a quick set. That's what we did to make sure that this doesn't happen. You put your receivers on the line for scrimmage first, and then let your linemen come out last, so you don't have to worry about this operational mishaps. But that's
And it's not like Bolton was on the line either. He
he was
came
like
up
5,
from
6
his
yards
spot.
back. Yeah, he just ran up there.
Yeah,
And
credit.
to your point, CJ, about the way that you do it, this is not a situation where it's not a hurry up offense. They did this fight before.
Exactly.
You're coming out of the huddle. These are the attention to detail type things that when you have a head coach that shouldn't be a head coach, yes, Antonio Pierce should not be a head coach. Those are the things that end up happening where you're not paying attention to the small things that end up making the difference as well.
You got to
But
get on
shout
the
to Nick
ball.
Bolton for being aware to go and get that football because Parham had a chance to redeem himself and get this football. He
Bro,
didn't
the
react
fact
in
that he
time.
even
Nick
got to him
Bolton
is
did.
crazy. It got kicked right to him.
Yeah, kicked it.
That's
Man.
crazy.
And I'll say credit to the Arrowhead crowd, man.
Yeah.
No, the crowd definitely did that.
And y'all did your job tonight.
The crowd noise got to him on that one. That's for sure. They did that.
142.2, baby.
So the Chiefs
12
should be
man.
taking all y'all. Patrick Mahomes and them should be taking all of y'all out for dinner tonight. Because
That's a fact. Hey,
they
Pat,
got
you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
For real.
Free hot dogs. Free hot dogs for the next 5 minutes. Okay, I said all that to say this. Has your confidence been shaken? Do you still believe they can win this thing?
Yeah, I still believe we just need to be better. Like
It's the same thing last week. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
like there's no business to have a stretch of where you call.
Man, take that
29
off, D-Mac. That's sad, man. Look at that picture.
But nah, there's
Buddy, like,
no business
Hey,
for this coaching staff to have a sequence or a stretch to where 29 of your last 30 plays are passing plays.
that's so
business.
palpable, bro.
No business doing that. Especially
After
the second half of the
Chuck,
football
and I would
game.
like for you to look at the stat. How many sacks did we given up before that sequence? I guarantee it was 5 already. I guarantee it had been 5.
I don't know because Pat was getting sacked all night tonight.
This is
That's what
the
I'm
first
saying.
game. This is the first game you have 3 running back options to run the ball,
And now you don't run the ball.
managed
That's
to
why it's
pass the
laughable.
ball on
And you
29
don't.
This is the game we got the ball
plays.
wheels. We don't do it.
Holy
Oh,
crap!
Bro, CJ, do you think playing on Sunday played any part in how the game plan was called tonight?
Partially, yeah. I mean, I know people don't like to hear it. They say you're supposed to win, you're supposed to play no matter what to the last play, to the clock is zeros. But like we said the last 3 weeks, bro, these guys are human. They feel pain just like we do. And like we said a month ago, Kareem gonna run out of gas because they've been running that boy into the dirt for like a month straight. He was getting 20. There was
Is
no
it catching
running back
up with
getting
him?
more touches than
But you
him and
ran him
Derrick Henry
14
were the
times
top
on
two running backs.
Sunday.
But
The
like,
first
like
3
he
weeks,
just said,
and you got
Pacheco's back.
Samaj
So I know it's his first game, but give him the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Look, hey, D-Mac, it
I
ain't
know
gonna
it's his
make
first game
sense,
back.
man. It ain't supposed to
I'm
make sense.
responding.
That's why I don't get mad, bro. Because
It
like
ain't
the
supposed to
mistakes.
make sense,
What
baby.
Chuck just said it. Why am I getting mad? They making basic mistakes. What I got to get mad for? If
And
I
look,
can call this, I know you gonna call it.
And look, CJ, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I was happy for Kareem to have an opportunity to be RB1 for a hot minute. But after the first 3 weeks, I was like, okay, maybe we need to start running Samaj some because he ain't been on the NFL roster in like a year. So
You want
it might
to
wear down.
give
It might be
Carson
wearing down
Steele
some.
running back touches, but don't want to give Samaje Perine running back touches. Okay, congratulations, Eddie Reed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You got to run the ball.
Shout out to the Kelsey and Perine toss, whatever.
Oh yeah,
You got Crocodile Dundee getting running back stats, so you don't want to give the ball to Perine.
Niggas say Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. That's a
Inexcusable. It's disgusting.
Hey,
honestly.
At the end
to
of
the
the day, bro,
Chargers.
they got
Hey,
to do it
don't
when it
think y'all
matters.
getting this type of effort today. Y'all not getting that.
No, they better not. They better not.
We need how many
point,
days of rest do we got? We
got
9.
If you're not counting prep
days,
days,
9 days of rest.
6 days
To your
without
point,
like prep and stuff.
They need all 9 of that. They need all
they
of it.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
This team, again, it's a similar thing that I said about the Lions yesterday. Short week, division game at home. It's understandable why you would only win a close game. I get it. I understand. I truly do. The mistakes that they made today were so self-inflicted errors that had nothing to do with that. It's disgusting. So guess what? You're not only going to have to play a more well-rested game, you're also going to have to play a significantly better coach game, because that's a good coaching staff over there. Jesse Mentor and Harbaugh over there, those are good coaches. You're not facing Staley over there. You have to bring an A game plan to beat this Chargers team on Sunday Night Football.
No, leave him out.
No, why you start laughing?
No,
he is running the ball well, and they have coordinated a good offense under Greg Roman. They have coordinated a good offense under Greg Roman. They are going to have to bring a good game plan, and it's inexcusable. This is the chance for them to put the division on ice, and they need every one of these
they put
games.
your phone silent,
bro. Tell Jody to stop calling me. Jesus Christ,
God.
Jody kept blowing me up. You know we on the freaking show.
Man, put your phone silent. God.
Bro, I hit the button. She called me
live, man.
That's what I'm
Hey.
No, but they're going there. I just want to say real quick that they got to be better top to bottom, because this is a chance for you to get the division sealed up, sewn up right now, and you need these wins, because I'm telling you, Buffalo ain't gonna lose too many games down the stretch. They're playing too well. They're coming off their bye week. The Steelers are right there with you, and you got to see them on Christmas in their house. That ain't gonna be easy neither. So you need every one of these games down the stretch. You got to get this win on Sunday Night Football if you want the 1 seed, and you need the 1 seed because you need the bye week. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta go. This is my nephew's birthday. We're going to see Moana too. I hope it's good.
I'm about to go see it too. I gotta take my
happy birthday to your nephew.
No, I just want to say thank you for all of y'all for the work y'all put in this year. It's been a hell of a year. This has been I know it's been up and down. It's a lot of down, but this is a hell of a ride we had this year, and let's keep playing it out. And if J.K. Dobbins is not playing on Sunday, I think our game plan is going to be
Gus Edwards show, baby.
Yeah, so I know y'all disappointed in this win. It sounds funny to say. I know we disappointed in the win, but I think it's gonna get better. We got 5 weeks to get it right. That 3 in 10 days that's what I'm most worried about, because we need to win 2 of those and not lose 2 of those. Because if we lose 2 of those, we're out of the 1 seed. I'm sorry, because Buffalo's not gonna lose too many more games. And if we lose to the Steelers, well, where we are. So, just keep your hope alive and stay true to the run. Enjoy the run. Enjoy the journey that we on. I think we'll be better. See y'all Tuesday on Tell the Truth. Kingdom Cast, I'm out. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Almost pushed Ian. How do I leave without messing up the whole thing?
Leave studio.
Just click.
Shut down. I'm gonna shut down the whole show.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to say, or just click on your screen and just click leave the
He
stage.
must have hit the exit button. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, but anyhow, so it's just me to tell the truth, guys. Left. All right. So, CJ, you said you about to go see that Moana 2, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about to. I can finish the show though. I don't think we ain't
Okay.
going for like a little bit, but I'm about to leave.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm about to kind of wrap this up a little bit anyway. We'll stay on for a few more minutes. But at the end of the day, man, yeah, I'm glad we got the win. But just the way we did it, bro. Like, I know these games are ugly. Some of these games gonna be ugly. Like CJ done brought it up many times. Some of these games gonna be ugly. But today was just old habits just reared its ugly head and it almost bit us in the ass. I mean, thank God it did. So at the end of the day, we're still the top of the AFC, clinch playoff spot. We're still in position to, of course, win the division again and get the number one seed. But we just gotta keep it rolling. But at the same time, you wanna start to get to a point where you playing your best football right before the playoffs begin. So, with that being said, I know we went through. I know everybody saw the Thanksgiving slate yesterday. All the home teams won. We saw Eberflus get fired today from the Bears. That was obvious.
Talk about
Deserving.
coaching
It had
not
to be
practice.
Boy, he got fired last night.
Yeah.
That had to be done.
And they still let him do a press conference today, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't even
nuts.
let him back on the bus.
But
Boy,
D-Mac, you want to know what's crazy, D-Mac? He said after the game, he said he didn't have a problem with how they handled that situation.
Just
I'm
lying.
like,
that's how you know you get fired.
He
That's
said,
when
"I'll
you know
do it
you.
again.
That's when you know you get
again.
fired.
he's like he wanted to be up out of there.
Oh God,
Apparently.
he knew he up out
Where
there.
I
He
need
didn't
to
care.
find this.
The thing that was killing me is the people who were saying, "Oh, why Caleb Williams has to be better in that situation?" But like, okay, Caleb Williams is a rookie. First of all, we trying to get everybody lined up for like last
He got no 10
get
jobs.
back in field. Yeah, the clock is running down. You're the
No,
coach.
you got to call the protection, call the play.
The coach literally has a clear vision of the play clock.
Do it again. I'll do
Like,
it.
I don't understand what Eberflus was even thinking.
DG, he had his hand in his pockets, just sitting there.
He was just
doing
sitting
nothing.
there, just watching
like,
them doing.
You gonna call a timeout?
Yeah,
I thought you was gonna.
I thought you was gonna call it.
He just sitting there like this, just looking.
Even, and I know they were backed up or whatever. Like, even at that point, you still have to call the timeout.
Do something.
Just to even give yourself a shot at maybe even throwing it, an out route to the sideline so you can get out. But
DG, he ain't wave his hands or nothing. He just stood there.
Nothing. Just
didn't yell.
And I understand because the second down play call, it's not a sack. The quarterback draw. There must have been some type of communication there. I didn't really try to take off. I don't think
call for one. That's very dumb play call.
A stupid ass play call.
Quarterback draw with 10 seconds left. Are y'all the Cowboys? What is wrong with y'all?
Just nuts.
Huh?
Insane.
2nd and 20, and you call a quarterback draw? Idiotic. Then you're hustling everybody back to the line of scrimmage. He's waiting to get the sideline play call into his helmet. He finally gets it. Then he's got to communicate to everybody.
It's too much.
Take the time out.
Just doing too much.
It's taking too long.
You have to be in control of that game there. You have to be completely locked in. And that is the job of a head coach. Even when you have, a veteran a quarterback, that's to an extent, but definitely with a rookie quarterback, that is inexcusable for him not to be locked in there. He deserved to be fired, and he lost him multiple games beforehand. He shouldn't have been brought back by Ryan Poles. Unfortunately, he wasted a year of Caleb Williams' development because he brought Eberflus back, and he better be hoping that it is Ben Johnson or a really good head coaching hire out there for him, because otherwise he's probably going to lose his job over the decision to bring Eberflus back and not get Harbaugh last offseason.
Yeah, like right when that say happened, that's immediate timeout, bro.
Immediate timeout. You have no choice. Immediate timeout. To this point, you saw how we operated. And even though it didn't result in points, but obviously it might have if it was Harrison Buck. You saw how you operated that last 1 minute drive at the end of the first half, where it was quick. That one deep pass to DeAndre Hopkins, they end up catching immediate timeout because you're not getting it past. No great catches that with 10 seconds left. They okay, everybody's aware because they had the whole review and everything. They're like, hey, they're going to run this clock. There's only 5 seconds left. We have to snap it immediately and spike it. And that's exactly what they did. That's a level of attention to detail that well-coached teams, even though we were badly coached today, bring to the table automatically. And so that's just the difference. That's just ultimately the difference in good teams and bad teams is that level of coaching. Because the Bears got the talent. You know that
Right, they're
defense
ultra
has the talent
talented,
to get the job.
super talented team.
You saw the wide receiver core when they're used properly, what they can do. I know the offensive line struggle at times.
That's
I
why
know
we were so
Caleb
high on
struggles
them, because
sometimes
of all
holding
that
on to the
talent.
ball. But they have the talent to be a competitive team. They should have won the game versus the Commanders. They should have won previous games versus the Vikings and the Packers. They should have won that game against the Lions. But they were poorly coached the entirety of the season, and that's why the coach is fired.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing rumors that Ryan Poles might be gone too. I'm like, this ain't on Ryan Poles, man. Like Ryan Poles, I thought he had a solid offseason to me as far as
He had
what
a
he
he had a
brought in.
solid one.
The roster's
You
good.
you
Like
can you can nitpick a little bit. The
on the
DeAndre Swift
O-line, yeah.
contract I don't think
Yeah,
was great.
You
I
could have
think
said
they
Roma
field
Dunze,
goal.
O-lineman, I get you. But overall, they did an amazing job building that roster. From what Justin had to what they have now, night and day difference. They
right.
set up
Yeah.
Caleb for success outside of coaching.
Yeah.
There were other running backs out there to be had. I would not have chosen DeAndre Swift as my guy to stamp on to start out. I don't know if they felt like they were off the line options they passed up. I'm not sure. To me, I don't know what the situation was. I don't know if Ryan Poles got told he had to keep Eberflus for another year or if he made the decision on his own. If he decided to make that decision on his own, then that's a mark against him, but I still wouldn't consider it a fireable offense. I think he does have the right to hire a coach after this. But it is something to where if it is on him, then he's got to own it because that was a bad decision and it hurt this team this year, even though he did
Yeah,
a
you got to
good
bring in a
job,
whole new
generally
staff.
speaking, building the roster. Yep.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. So we get through that game. I'm not talking a lick of Giants Cowboys. I slept through that joint. I slept through half of that
Yeah, I
joint.
You
slept
ain't
through the
miss
second
nothing.
half. That was
You ain't
negative.
miss nothing.
That ain't worth talking about. So look at the Packers and Dolphins. Dolphins once again they can't play in the cold. They just not built to play in cold weather. If it's below
Josh
40
said them boys
degrees,
look cold.
just wrap it up. Yeah, that's what Josh
Hey,
said at the game. He
Them
said
boys
below
look
40
cold.
degrees.
Hey, Molly Carum today, our first take was like, "Yo, breaking news, guys! The Dolphins can't play in the cold." I'm like, "God bless your heart. We knew that last year. That's why we beat the crap out of them when they came to us, dog. We know Tua can't play in the cold. Miami built a team that is suited for Miami. Guess what? It's tough to play when it's cold weather when you're suited for Miami. You don't have the trenches. You don't have it on either side. Your weapons are smallish. That's just a difficult thing to deal with. There's a reason why Packers only get big wide receivers. They don't have the defensive backs. They don't have the linebackers. So yeah, the Packers did what they wanted with them.
Yeah. But this leads me to this point. The NFC North got 3 teams with 9 or more wins. You got the Lions at the top, and then you got the Packers and the Vikings both with 9 wins. So the Lions and Packers, they play this Thursday, I believe, and that could determine some things. And then you got Minnesota. All right, so like, how do you think that division is gonna finish out?
The Lions should win.
The Lions
I
are
think
going to get the
they'll win
one
on
seed.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The Lions will ice it out. And then Packers and Vikings both can make the playoffs and just debate to see who's on which side of the bracket, who has to play Detroit, who doesn't. But all 3 of them are going to make the playoffs. But Detroit should get the 1 seed for sure.
Now,
So you got
the one thing
the Lions sweeping the Packers this Thursday?
I'll pick the Lions because obviously they'll be home. But the one thing I will say, there was the game earlier in the season which the Lions traveled to the Packers and it was like bad weather. I think it was raining.
It was ugly.
This is going to be indoors. This I think plays a little bit more towards the Packers in the way that they can run their team. I don't know if Jair Alexander is going to play. That would obviously help if he does. Yeah, I think this will be a more competitive game than you saw the first time around, and the Packers will have a shot to win it. And if they do, then all of a sudden all bets are off because then you have the ability, you have a kind of a split tiebreaker there. I think that would put them a half game behind the Lions from that standpoint. So there are things that could happen from that aspect.
Philly would jump to 1 if they lost and they won too. So because Philly's playing the Rams this weekend.
Philly's got they got the Ravens this weekend. That's going to be a
they
really
got
fun game to
Ooh,
watch.
never mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that could work in the
That's
Detroit
game of the week.
If Detroit wins,
really
then
fun
if
game
Philly
to
lose,
watch.
then they essentially do lock up the 1 seed. So yeah,
It's going to be a really fun game to watch.
That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a goodie.
So DGG, have any thoughts on it?
I think the
DG's like me in New Orleans. Fuck it.
No.
When we going to New Orleans?
I'd probably go to the opposite side. I do think the Packers are going to win this. Was it coming up Thursday?
Yeah, this Thursday.
I think they're going to win. I think that they've been playing a lot better, especially down the stretch, and I kind of agree to D-Mike's point of I think this setting fits them a little bit better of what they want to do offensively. I think that they'll have an opportunity to get Jordan Love in a little bit better rhythm. I still do think that the Lions end up winning that division, but I do think that it is going to be a little close coming down the stretch here for them. So I still have the Lions winning it, and then both the
They
Vikings.
need Jair. If Jair doesn't play, I'm not picking Green Bay. I just can't. Now, they got too many weapons. You got J-Mo running down the field, Amon-Ra running across the field, Sam Laporta looking like prime Kelsey. I can't do it, bro. If Jair Alexander's not on that football field, they will get abused indoors in that stadium, bro. I just can't. If he plays, they have a chance to win the game because they can run the football, keep him off the field. Their pass rush is decent enough to get them to make plays. Xavier McKinney is playing like a DPOY. I love what he's doing right now. But if they don't have Jair Alexander, I don't see how they slow down their receivers. I truly don't. Because their secondary has been suspect all year. So I just don't see what they're going to, at least from a corner standpoint. So safety-wise, they're amazing. But the corners are.
I'm sorry. I just rewatched. Let me show you guys this because this guy's gonna get hurt. I'm sorry. It's taking a second to pull it up.
Oh, you good? You good?
And it's completely unrelated to anything we were talking about. I apologize, but he's gonna get hurt, dog.
Rising,
He gonna hurt somebody. You tripping? You need to hurt them.
Yeah, I said they might have to.
Matt, stop playing.
They might have to consider putting Matt at linebacker or something.
Oh God,
he's
smacking shit.
He
hit him like Mahomes hit. He hit him like Mahomes hit Rice.
The man ain't look.
Come on,
he ain't afraid.
Look how he's standing. Look how he's standing after he
He ain't afraid. Look how he got up.
Run it back. Like that. Yeah.
Run it back. Look how he got up. He got up like yeah.
I'm the one. Yeah, don't play with me.
Zone, but not very far.
I'm him.
Mm-hmm.
I kick it and I kick you. What's up?
Any punter that's that crazy?
Oh,
I don't want to see.
I don't want to see him, bro. He crazy.
He's nuts.
He crazy for real.
He's a crazy man.
And he got some off the field stories.
And this is not the first time this season we've seen him do that. Is in that Buffalo game, he was the first one down there.
He a little crazy, bro.
I was like, yo,
I fuck with Matt Reason, bro.
I like him, but
with him.
And tackling drills, I'm staying away from him.
He be telling Spaz, "Hey Spaz, can I get in?"
So can I ask you guys?
They be like, what?
I don't know. Remind me, CJD, because we spent a lot of time up here, and it's Chuck we did too. In St. Joe, did they practice him on kickoff? Because I think they did.
I mean, they have him run down to the lane.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know.
like doing like an actual tackling drill, I didn't see that.
No. I'm saying just kicking off the ball on when they were doing the special teams portion.
Like an emergency.
I thought they did.
It was him and Justin. One day they did like emergency kicks.
So, to me, I would rather him be out there than Harrison Butker. A, because of how valuable Harrison Butker is as a kicker, get field goals. But just in general, B, if he's going to act like this anyway, you might as well have him do the kickoffs at that point.
He loony, bro. I'm sorry.
He a little ticked off in the head. That's a fact.
You gotta, but I want to tell Chiefs Kingdom, y'all got a punter now, got a couple screws missing.
I know you like when I play ball, bro. You gotta have at least one. Not being disrespectful. With all due respect, you gotta have at least one crazy white boy on the team.
Guy.
You gotta have at least one. That one who's just a little different. You know, he just got a little couple like these. Missing. That's Matt. That's him. He's the one.
He's a different man.
We got rid of Dan Sorensen. We missed it for a few years, and now we got Matt.
We got one. We got one back.
I ain't go. I was about to say, like, you gotta be a little bit crazy to play just a football in general.
Is it Joe Tooney and Creed Humphrey, the corn-fed? Travis Kelce used to be like that, but he settled down into his older age. Noah Gray, more mild-mannered, but
Noah Gray, the church boy. He keep it straight.
He got a few.
Justin Watson also he nice and buddy.
Church boy, you know what I'm saying? Keep it quiet.
But I ain't gonna hold you. Look, I'm glad that Matt Riza is more of a football player than just a punter. I'm glad about that. I'm glad he's fearless and all that. But bro, just be cognizant, bro. Just do not hurt yourself trying to lay somebody out, bro. Just if you're built to do that, okay. But just remember, protect yourself, bro. Protect yourself, man.
He don't give.
He ain't doing that, brother.
He don't give.
He ain't doing that, brother.
Put that helmet on and he put them pads
going in there
on.
like a bullet, dog.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
He from 8 Mile. He don't care about that shit, boy.
I feel like at some point, all of us have played organized sports, and so y'all all know that one white kid
that's just a little crazy.
He's
That's
just
it.
a little
He does
loony.
not give a damn.
Yeah,
Don't care about nothing.
and you just
Don't care
gotta
about nothing.
you tell all the rest of your teammates, hey, bro, you just
Don't
gotta
say
let
nothing.
him
Don't
be
say
Let
nothing.
him,
him do
bro.
what he
He
do.
is who he
Let
is.
him do
what he
him.
do.
Let
He
him
is
do
who he
him.
is, bro.
Because at the end of the day, one time this season or at some point, Matarise is gonna make a play, and we're gonna be like, look, see, that's why you gotta let him be
You
him,
gotta see,
bro.
that's why you let him be him.
Let him cook.
You gotta have at
Just
least one
saying,
crazy
bro.
white boy. I'm telling you. It's in the ingredient. You gotta have church boys. You gotta have the quiet, the ones that are like really buttoned up and don't get in trouble. Then you gotta have the crazy ones, and then you gotta have your ignorant ones. It's like ratchet, but they just it all comes together when you make a football team. Everybody can't have the same character. You gotta have different strokes. You know what I'm saying? Different type of players all in your roster. So when you put them all together, you're like, all right, that's why we have a great roster because we have so many different personalities. And then when you put them all together, you win games because you're gonna need them crazy boys to do that stuff. Like DG just said, the choir boys ain't gonna do it. You need somebody out of the box that's going to run down the field and beat the kickoff team, which is freaking crazy, and smack the returner. I ain't never seen that before. He was
Yeah,
the bro.
he be
did
Why
taking
is the
off,
kicker
bro.
the first one down there? What
He
y'all
be
do?
Look.
taking off.
Go back 2 weeks against Buffalo and watch him
He's
on
fast, bro.
a
He was like,
punt. He was the first one down
bro, he
there,
can run, bro.
and
He can run,
I
bro.
know which play you're talking about.
he literally starts 10 yards
Back.
behind everybody else.
He
Punts
said,
the ball and he floors it. And he's literally the first guy to make contact. And
He
I said that was the punter?
and that's why
I
Dave
said,
told
no
Ty.
way. I said, no way.
Said
That's
he
a
a dog.
punt. No way.
Hey, this is a Matt Ariza. This is a Matt Ariza stand show. We stand with bro. Even if he is a little crazy, we rock with you, gang. You feel me?
Yeah, he loony, bro.
Keep doing you, brother.
He
We rock.
definitely
Hey,
loony.
you good on my side.
Yeah, look, like I
don't
said,
want no smoke.
you gotta just let him do him, bro. You can't stop that. Just let him be himself.
Exactly. But yeah, man. On that note, we're gonna end on that note, man, because that was just great. I'm glad D-Mac gave Matarazzo some love right there. Yeah, Lonnie, we're not gonna answer that question, bro. That'll just get off topic. But anyway, with that being said, man, Chiefs 11-1. We get to chill for a minute till we take on the Chargers next Sunday night. So, final thoughts, fellas, before we get up out.
Yeah, just gotta clean up mistakes, man. Clean up mistakes and have a better game plan going into Sunday night, against a very good Chargers team. They're gonna be ready to play. And it's a shot for them to come in and try to, see if they can snatch this division from you this year. So, be ready. I'm telling you, bro, watch it. Watch
Bro, look
the
how
play.
far back he is.
Look how far back he is.
And look at
Look at him. Look, he took off.
Look at him.
Put his head down.
bro.
Yeah,
He's
that
so
boy is
fast. Look at
gone.
him.
Bro, he
gone.
outran P-Ron.
Bruh,
Like,
this man is an athlete. He is not a punter.
Just watch,
He is a
watch him
football
put his
player.
head down.
Watch
Watch him put his head down. And
Bro, look how he took off.
That boy was
Hold on.
moving,
Bro, watch
man.
Just
Watch him
watch.
avoid
There is
the
a
blocker.
blocker. There's a blocker in front of the person with the ball right now. Look
he
at where
just-
the blocker ends up.
You
Floor.
look at him.
Man, that
Bro,
blocker
he crazy.
flew,
then
that blocker
no.
flew.
Hold on. He does that, right? And then he gets up and you can clearly see him try to punch the ball out. Watch.
Bro, he
Gets
crazy as shit.
He's crazy, bro. He's loony, dog. I'm trying
Bro,
to tell you, like,
hey, I fuck with Bad Reason, bro. I fuck
look,
with
I said it when I seen it on film 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey, that's
He
one
different,
white
bro.
boy. You just gotta let Matt be Matt, bro.
I'm telling y'all, bro.
Bother
He's from 8
him.
Mile. He's from 8
Don't
Mile.
touch him. Don't tell him to tone it
He's
back.
from 8 Mile. Bro.
Nothing. Yeah, let him
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Hey, man.
That boy from 8 Mile. He don't care about nothing about nothing. I rock with you, bro. Shout out to Matt Reason, man. We need to get him on the show for real.
I'm sorry to
man.
interrupt you wrapping up.
Oh, you good, bro.
Nah, I saw that clip too. I was like, bro, he can run. Like, fast.
But yeah, it's
I
time.
know they're gonna run it. I know they're gonna run a trick play, right?
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. He's only involved at some point. But
I know they're gonna do it right because he's fast.
I'm gonna get to these Thanksgiving leftovers, man. Make a leftover sandwich and all that good stuff. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all your social media platforms. Till the next episode, we out.